English for Iraq, 6th Primary by Sarah McBurney. Copyright Garnet Publishing Limited 2018.
Hello pupils, how are you today? I'm very glad to meet you. Today I'm going to explain lesson 5 of Unit 3 in your pupils book pages 46 and 47. Our lesson is going online. الاتصال بالإنترنت. Going online يعني الدخول إلى خط الإنترنت أو الذهاب إلى الإنترنت بمعنى الاتصال بالإنترنت. So we have to listen to track 44, listen and read, but after we explain the lesson. Here, Hiba is talking, this is the paragraph, she said, helping my grandparents, مساعدة جداي, helping my grandparents, مساعدة جداي, who is being grandfather and grandmother. Just make zoom for the paragraph. My grandparents are old now. They both wear glasses and can't see small writing very well. I'm going to help them to use a computer. On the internet, my grandpa can find ideas to help with coughs and colds, and my grandma can find lots of new recipes for cakes and biscuits. Again, so Hiba is talking about her grandparents. She said, my grandparents, جداي, يعني يقصد بهم grandfather and grandmother, are old now. هم الآن كبار في العمر. Old هوني جاءت بمعنى كبير في العمر. وهوني استخدمت are لأن grandparents means they. So my grandparents are old now. جداي هم كبار بالعمر الآن. They both wear glasses. وكلاهما يرتدي glasses نظارات. And can't see small writing very well. وكلاهما لا يستطيعان رؤية small writing الكتابات الصغيرة very well بشكل جيد. I'm going to help them. هون عندي going to help. This is the future with going to. معنى سوف أساعدهم. Then I'm going to help them. أنا سوف أساعدهم to use a computer. كيف يستخدموا الكمبيوتر. So Hiba will help her grandparents, her grandfather and her grandmother, how to find a website by using a computer. She said on the internet في يعني عند الدخول إلى الإنترنت my grandpa جدي can find ideas. جدي يستطيع أن يجد ideas أفكار to help with coughs and colds. هذه الأفكار تساعده بالسعال and colds والبرد because he is old, he is an old man, so he needs ideas about coughs and colds. يعني يحتاج إلى أفكار وعناوين أو مواقع يدخل عليها متعلقة بالكوفس اللي هي السعال and colds والبرد. And my grandma وجدتي can find تستطيع أن تجد lots of كثير من new recipes وصفات يعني أو نحن نقول يعني وصفات كعك ومعجنات. إذا وصفات جديدة for cakes and biscuits للكيك والبسكويت. إذا لاحظ هون عندي كان دائما يجي بعد فعل مجرد can find يجد يستطيع أن يجد بعد كان يجي فعل مجرد هون find وهنا أيضا can find lots of new recipes يعني وصفات أو يعني أكلات for cakes and biscuits للكعك أو الكيك والبسكوت. Now he said read and complete the conversations. اقرأ وأكمل المحادثات. Here on these two pages we have two conversations. عندي محادثتين. The first one between Hiba and her grandpa. She helps him how to find a website about coughs and colds. في المحادثة الأولى راح تكون ما بين هبة وجدها. She helps him تساعده to find a website about coughs and colds. While the second conversation is between Hiba and her grandma. She helps her to find new recipes for cakes and biscuits on the internet. إذا هي تساعد جدتها لكي تجد موقع عن الكعك والمعجنات الكيك والبسكت على الإنترنت. He said, he read and complete the conversation. We should use these words to complete the conversation. راح نستعمل الكلمات داخل المربعات لإكمال المحادثتان or the two conversations. We should read them. They are not new words. We have studied them within the previous lessons. So here a website, موقع الويب, a website. Click on, انقر على, click on. Key in, هنا يدخل مفتاح العنوان. The mouse, الفأرة أو الماوس. Search, يبحث. An address, العنوان. Scroll, يمرر. Online, اللي هو يعني خط الإنترنت, online. Now, we should read the first conversation is between Hiba and her grandfather. She said, first, she wants to help her grandfather. She started the conversation. إذا بدت الحوار تريد أن تساعد جدها how to find a website about coughs and colds. First, you need to go online to find a website you want, she said or she told him. إذا هي تقول أولا you need to go online أنت يجب أن تذهب إلى خط الإنترنت أو تتصل بالإنترنت to find a website you want كي تجد موقع الويب الذي تريده. And then he said, okay, how do I do that? How do I do that? So, Grandpa, let's search for a website. Let's search for a website about coughs and colds. Let me just answer the blanks. نحرك الكلمات في الفراغات حتى نكبر نعمل زوم للحوار. Now, again, first conversation. First, you need to go online to find a website you want. Hiba is talking to her grandfather. She said, first, أولا, you need to أنت تحتاج أن go online تتصل بالإنترنت to find a website you want كي تجد موقع الويب الذي تريده. He said, okay, how do I do that? كيف أفعل ذلك? How do I do that? She answered, so Grandpa, let's search for a website about coughs and colds. She answered him, so Grandpa, إذا جدي, let's search. دعنا نبحث. Let's قلنا هي مختصر let us ويجي بعد فعل مجرد هون الفعل search. So let's search. دعنا نبحث for a website عن موقع الويب about coughs and colds عن السعال والبرد. Then he answered, okay, what do I write? إذا ماذا أكتب? What do I write? She answered him, we can key in an address. If you remember an address مع كلمة address we should use key in يعني نسجل مفتاح العنوان. So we key in an address. For example, يجب أن نكتب عنوان الموقع الذي نريده. She said, for example, https://www.coughsandcolds. يكتبون هذا العنوان أو هذا الرابط أو هذا الموقع. أو we can just key in coughs and colds and click on search. Or we can just أو ممكن فقط نكتب نسجل key in coughs and colds يعني فقط نكتب السعال والبرد and click on وننقر على search البحث. Then he answered, okay, I'm keying in coughs and colds. Okay, أنا أسجل الموقع coughs and colds يعني أن يكتب عنوان الذي يريده اللي هو مواضيع coughs and colds. She said, look, now we can see lots of websites about this. إذا so lots of websites appear. عندي كثير من المواقع ظهرت about coughs and colds. So she said, look, انظر. Now, الآن, we can see, نستطيع أن نرى lots of websites, كثير من المواقع about this, عن ذلك. It means about coughs and colds. Then he answered, that's fantastic. ذلك رائع. Let's click on this one. دعينا ننقر على هذا, this one. يعني they choose one of these websites and he told her, let's click on this one. دعينا ننقر على واحدة منها. إذا هذه كانت عندي the first conversation. Within the first conversation, we use a website here on this page 46. The first word, a website. Second word, key in. The third word, click on. Then we should complete the conversation up. Let me just make zoom. راح نكبر الحوار نكمله. Now Hiba said, that's right. ذلك صحيح. Grandpa, click on, انقر على the title with what? With the mouse. We say click on. احنا أخذنا click on. لازم تأتيني مع كلمة the mouse. النقر دائما يكون within the mouse. So she said, that's right. هذا صحيح. Grandpa, click on the title. انقر على العنوان with the mouse باستخدام الفأرة. He said, this looks interesting. ذلك يبدو ممتع. This looks interesting. We say interesting is opposite of boring. If you remember, we have studied within Unit 1. This is the first conversation. It was between Hiba and her grandpa. She helps him to find a website about coughs and colds. Now, let me complete the second conversation and then we should read it again. Here, okay, the second conversation or conversation 2 is between Hiba and her grandma. Hiba helps her grandma to find new recipes about cakes and biscuits. So she said first she wants to learn her. تريد تتعلم جدتها عشان تدخل على موقع عن البسكت والمعجنات والكيك. She told her first أولا let's go online. دعينا نتصل بالإنترنت to find the website you want. لكي تجدي موقع الويب الذي تريدينه. Let's go. احنا قلنا go راح تكون مع go online. Let's go online to find the website you want. She said, okay, how do I do that? كيف أفعل ذلك? She wants to learn. She said, okay, how do I do that? Then Hiba told her, so grandma, إذا جدتي, let's search for a website about making cakes. دعينا نبحث عن موقع الويب about عن making cakes, عن كيفية صناعة الكيك. She said, okay, what do I write? ماذا أكتب? What do I write? Hiba tried to learn her. She said, we can key in an address. We can key in an address. هون لاحظوا الكلمة غطت عندي كلمة in. We can key in an address. نستطيع أن نسجل مفتاح العنوان. For example, we have this address https://www.homecakes. They can write this link or this website, or we can just أو نحن نستطيع فقط key in نسجل أو نكتب هذا المفتاح home cakes يعني كيك المنزل and click on search وننقر على كلمة بحث أو ننقر على بحث. The grandma said, okay, I'm keying in أنا أكتب home cakes الكيك المنزلي. لاحظوا هون I'm keying in. Here this is a present continuous. هذا مضارع مستمر. جاني عندي am لازم الفعل ايش اضيف له ing. هو كان key in ضفت له ing صار keying in. يعني الآن هي تسجل. Now she's writing the title. I'm keying in home cakes. She said, look, now we can see lots of websites. إذن هبة told her هي تقول لها انظري جدتي الآن نستطيع أن نرى كثير من المواقع ظهرت في الصفحة. Then she said scroll up or down to find a website that you like. مرري للأعلى أو للأسفل to find لكي تجدي a website موقع الويب that you like الذي ترغبين به أو الذي تحبينه. The grandma said, that's fantastic. Let's click on this one. ذلك رائع. Let's click on. دعينا ننقر على this one. هذا الموقع. يعني اختارت موقع من المواقع ونقر. She said, let's click on this one. Hiba said, that's right. نعم ذلك صحيح. Grandma, جدتي. Click on the title with the mouse. انقري على العنوان with the mouse باستخدام الماوس. لاحظوا احنا قلنا كلمة click on with the mouse. So finally grandma said this looks interesting. ذلك يبدو ممتع. So from the second conversation we use the words استخدمت الكلمات online, search, an address, scroll, and this, yes, finally scroll. So from this lesson we will not learn more things or grammatical things, just we remind or try to remind the words for internet. هوني بهذه المحاورات فيذكرني بالكلمات اللي سبق وأن درسناها في lesson 4. ما عندي هوني قواعد للدرس مهم. Now listen to track 45 and check your answers. اصغي إلى التراك 45 وتفحص الأجوبة. Then you should now listen to track 45 to check your answers for the two conversations.
Track 45. Listen and check your answers. Conversation 1. First, you need to go online to find a website you want.
Okay. How do I do that?
So, Grandpa, let's search for a website about coughs and colds.
Okay. What do I write?
We can key in an address. For example, https://www.coughsandcolds. Or we can just key in coughs and colds and click on search.
Okay. I'm keying in coughs and colds.
Look, now we can see lots of websites about this.
That's fantastic. Let's click on this one.
That's right, Grandpa. Click on the title with the mouse.
This looks interesting.
Conversation 2. First, let's go online to find the website you want.
Okay. How do I do that?
So, Grandma, let's search for a website about making cakes.
Okay. What do I write?
We can key in an address. For example, https://www.homecakes, or we can just key in home cakes and click on search.
Okay. I'm keying in home cakes.
Look, now we can see lots of websites. Scroll up or down to find a website that you like.
That's fantastic. Let's click on this one.
That's right, Grandma. Click on the title with the mouse.
This looks interesting.
Okay, pupils, now after we have listened to track 45 and check the answers, now practice the conversations. يعني حاول أن تتدرب على الحوار between Basim and Dania. Now, let me zoom just about them. Basim said, can I be grandpa? هل ممكن أن أكون أنا الجد؟ يعني Basim tried to be the grandpa. Dania said, okay, I'll be هبة وأنا سوف أكون هبة. يعني هي راح تمثل دور هبة وباسم راح يمثل دور grandpa. Here we have I'll. This is the abbreviation of I will. أنا سوف. المختصر مال I will. I'll be أكون. I'll be هبة. أنا سوف أكون هبة. He said, okay, I'll start. سوف أبدأ. Then I'll be grandma وأنا سوف أكون الجدة. إذا هذا كان our lesson today. Lesson 5 of Unit 3. We don't have grammatical things in this lesson. Just we want to review the words that we have studied before within the lesson 4. هيراجع لي فقط المفردات اللي درسناها في lesson 4 اللي هي a website. قلنا موقع الويب. key in نسجل مفتاح العنوان. click on ينقر على وكنا نستخدمها مع الماوس. the mouse هذه الفأرة. online يعني خط الإنترنت. search يبحث. an address العنوان. scroll يمرر. هذه كان عندي مفردات الدرس. إذا I hope you get benefit from the lesson. Your English teacher is Van. Thanks for listening and have a nice time.